Sup, fellow patriots? That last video was kinda heavy, so let's go lighthearted today. The previews, the best part of seeing a movie, besides the movie. You get to see new trailers for movies you didn't know existed, trailers for movies you did know existed, and the same turn for phone ad that has been around for a decade. Now, let's get to the show.
Hello again.
Film. What is film? Film is a type of mass media. Typically, film is viewed in a movie theater, which is a building where films are presented to an audience. Typically, snacks and drinks are also available. Film has many different types, so strap yourselves in, ladies and gentlemen, for a wild ride.
A long, long time ago.
Film is a relatively new art form in the grand scheme of things. Beginning in the late 1800s and into the early 1900s, Thomas Edison pioneered the motion picture. He immediately pulled the pro-gamer capitalist move of monopolizing the industry, forcing everyone to flee to California to make movies, inadvertently founding modern Hollywood. You had your silent movies, eventually they added sound, Disney made animation mainstream, then colorized it, all the way until today, where people pay billions of dollars annually to watch a giant CGI gorilla fight a giant CGI lizard, amongst other blockbusters and less than memorable films. The romantic movie genre has several subtypes. Number 1, the romantic comedy, or rom-com as it is more commonly known, has quite a simple formula. There are two people, typically a man and a woman, who fall in love. The rom-com has two basic templates. The non-attractive guy gets girl way out of his league, or as I like to call it, Adam Sandler's. Basically, all Adam Sandler films involving Adam Sandler being with Jennifer Aniston, aka Rachel from Friends. The Adam Sandlers are clearly made by and for men. There's also the reverse. The non-attractive girl gets guy way out of her league, or as they're more commonly known, as the Rebel Wilson / Amy Schumer. Both actresses are well known for their crappy movies that nobody but depressed single women watch. Number 2, the realistic. This is the most rare but fun. The realistic romance movie has realistic characters and plot. There are very few examples of realistic romance movies. Scott Pilgrim vs. the World is the most realistic one, and it's more of an action movie. The third type is just sad and nobody wants to talk about. Basically,
He was a boy, she was a girl. Cannot make it any more obvious.
then they fell in love. The end.
If I go crazy, then will you still call me Superman?
The superhero movie is a simple and proven process. Someone, typically with powers, will fight some sort of evil. Most of the time, the evil is a mirror version of the hero, for easy writing reasons. Sometimes these heroes form teams such as the Justice League or the Avengers, fighting evil mirror organizations like the Legion of Doom or Hydra. The city always gets wrecked and the villain dies or is in prison to escape again. Superhero movies have their humble origin with Batman in the 40s. The classic era began in 1979 with Superman. Following Superman, we got the original 4 Batman movies. Then superhero movies died out for some time until a resurgence in the early 2000s with Spider-Man, X-Men, the Fantastic Four, and the Nolan Batman trilogy. In 2008, the MCU started, making superhero movies a multi-billion-dollar industry. So, as long as it's profitable, Disney will keep making Marvel movies, and Warner Brothers will keep rebooting Batman every 10 to 15 years. So, guess I'll see you in 2050 for Spider-Man 10, Return of Willie Dafoe, and Batman 20, Return of the Batverse.
Yeah. What is it good for?
War is a concept as old as civilization. It's only natural we would immortalize it in film. You have 4 types of war film. The World War II film. This is the bulk of war movies because, according to Hollywood, it's the only interesting war. This includes your Hacksaw Ridge, Dunkirk, and Saving Private Ryan. There's also the period piece, based on all the wars before World War I. So you have your Gettysburg, Gods and Generals, and Waterloo. Then there's your modern war movies, the Black Hawk Down, Hurt Locker, and American Snipers out there. Then you have the golden age of war movies. This is stuff from the 40s to the 80s. Patton, Bridge Too Far, and The Guns of Navarro. Point being, the male audience likes explosions and yelling, "Get some!" as war crimes are committed on screen for laughs.
Space girl, I saw a lunar eclipse.
The science fiction genre started as books in the 1930s and 40s. The genre exploded in the 50s and 60s when everyone was obsessed with space and aliens that may or may not have crashed in Roswell, New Mexico. There are 4 main big science fictions. The Star Trek, a bunch of bros traveling through space exploring and fighting aliens. The Star Wars, it's a war in space with magic space wizards. What more could you want? The Alien vs. Human movie, Think Independence Day, or Alien. They want us dead, so we kill them first. Then there's the space comedy. It's like a comedy, but in space. Literally just Spaceballs and Starship Troopers are in this category. The comedy is there to make you laugh, and that is all. Airplane, superhero movie, and The Naked Gun are perfect examples in other such films. The Western is one of 2 extremes. The spaghetti Western, a fun time that isn't too serious, like The Ballad of Buster Scruggs and Blazing Saddles. Then there is the Western, that is serious, like The Lone Ranger, Dances with Wolves, and The Magnificent Seven. There's also a mix of the two, but they tend to stay near either extreme. Tarantino is any film by Quentin Tarantino, a director known for his long dialogues and over-the-top violence. Kill Bill, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and Django Unchained are all examples of Tarantino. The intermission, an institution as old as theater, carries on into film theaters. So why don't you skedaddle to the bathroom, refill your snacks at the concession stand? Your featured presentation will return momentarily. The mystery movie is mostly solving murders or unraveling conspiracies. Here you will find the Scooby-Doo and Murder on the Orient Expresses of the world.
Spooky, scary skeletons and shivers down your spine. Shrieking skulls will shock your soul, seal your doom tonight.
The horror movie is one of two things: a ghost or aliens terrorizing people, or people terrorizing each other. Here you'll find Scream, It, and other spooky stories.
I'm mad at Disney, they tricked me, had me wishing on a shooting star.
The Disney film is a basic and time-honored tradition. Take old stories, make the definitive version, profit. You know what a Disney movie is, unless you live under a rock. Pixar movies are an offshoot of the Disney, except Pixar movies are mostly original ideas. You will cry and then you will want to watch the movie again.
It's the end of the world as we know it, and I feel fine.
The disaster movie takes man's fear of nature and death and makes it into an action movie. You will find The Rock going on a road trip during an earthquake or climbing a giant building to save his family. And don't worry, all your favorite landmarks will be maimed and destroyed, and you don't have to feel bad smiling at the destruction like a madman because it's fake.
Spooky, scary skeletons and shivers down your spine.
The monster movie is a simple concept. Take what people fear and dial it up to 11. People will come because they either fear nothing, have a morbid sense of humor, or just want their day to hide in their arms. No matter the reason, monster movies make big bucks. The computer-generated image movie has 4 types: the animation, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Animation is self-explanatory, like Spider-Verse or Shrek. The good is Avatar and Jurassic Parks of the world. The bad, like Green Lantern and the original Star Wars special editions. And the ugly, like Superman's mustache or Cats.
They say I did something bad, then why's it feel so good?
Of all Hollywood's hits, there's also plenty of garbage out there. Catwoman 2006, Battleship, those stupid teen vampire movies, and that Mario movie from the 90s. All of this trash is good for ironic watching and examples of what not to do.
And now the end is near.
In conclusion, film is an ever-expanding and amazing art form, which is why countless people, including myself, join the industry. So, grab your popcorn and enjoy the beautiful art made by countless people who all put their hearts and soul into your favorite movie. Or just crack a 36-pack of Mountain Dew and laugh at the pure garbage out there. It doesn't matter as long as you have a good time. The credits are where everyone involved in a production is given credit for their hard work. Or in the case of this video essay, give a little bit of credit to all the clips used so we do not get copyright strike.
But wait, there's more.
The post/mid-credit scene is a newer tradition used to track more film on at the end or to set up a sequel. So come back next time for an episode where I horribly explain TV shows, or not, depending on what I plan to do next.